My 100 Favorite Recipes by Mary Blake. The turnpike road to people's hearts, I find, lies through their mouths, or I mistake mankind. Dr. Wolcott. This little book is sent to you in the hope that among its recipes you will find many new and tasty dishes. My own favorite recipes are contained herein, 100 of them, and I can promise you that you will find them all thoroughly practical. Mary Blake, Home Economics Department, Carnation Milk Products Company. The delight of the new in cookery. No matter how old a story cooking is to us, no matter how little zest we think we have for it, we need only to have a new recipe, a new ingredient, or a new method in cookery held tantalizing before us to discover that our interest hasn't waned after all. For the quest of the new and better in cookery never loses its allure. Even milk has new secrets to reveal. Milk, perhaps more than anything else, seems to hold no novelty for us. Yet we recognize it in our most important food, supplying all the elements needed for health and growth. We know that doctors and dietitians insist upon a quart of milk a day for each member of the family, and we know that the simplest way to provide this milk is through its generous use in cooking, thereby supplying it in such a variety of form that no one tires of it. It is therefore extremely interesting to discover that milk can contribute to our cookery a deliciousness of flavor, a smoothness of texture, a richness and dependability of result, and an economy of other materials that we have never experienced if we had confined our use of milk to ordinary bottled milk. Only a milk of uniformly high quality and richness can produce such cooking results. To secure this uniformly high quality and richness, many thousands of women have turned to a form of milk that adds immeasurably to the success of cookery: carnation evaporated milk. What carnation milk is? Carnation milk is simply the purest of rich whole milk, from fine herds evaporated to double richness, homogenized and sterilized for safe keeping. To ensure the quality and purity of this milk, the Carnation Company maintains at the famous Carnation Milk Farms 2 of the largest herds of purebred Holsteins in the world, among them the world's greatest milk and butter producers, and introduces this high milk producing strain into the many herds of contented cows from which the milk of the Carnation condenseries is obtained. Carnation field men constantly supervise these herds to ensure the proper care and feeding of the cows, and the cleanliness of the surroundings and milking methods. It is this better milk, rushed to the Carnation condenseries in sterilized cans, tested and retested for purity and richness, evaporated to double richness, homogenized to break up the cream globules into minute particles and keep them uniformly distributed all through the milk, sealed in clean airtight cans and sterilized, that you get in every can of Carnation. Nothing is added to it, nothing taken out except 60% of the water. Milk is 87% water as it comes from the cow. Perfect sterilization gives it a rich creamy color and ensures it staying sweet and pure indefinitely. What Carnation milk does. Being doubly rich because of evaporation, Carnation milk gives to every dish in which it is used the benefit of its double creaminess. Naturally, when you use Carnation in its concentrated form, you save decidedly on butter and cream. Being always pure and sweet, never varying in richness and high quality, Carnation gives uniformly dependable results in cookery. Being homogenized, Carnation milk with its unusually fine and evenly distributed cream particles gives a creaminess, a velvety smoothness, a fine texture that even the finest of bottled milk cannot equal. Soups and sauces, candies and cakes, ice creams, custards, puddings, waffles and griddle cakes are among the many dishes to which Carnation gives this notably smooth, delicate texture. Among home economics experts, Carnation milk has an extremely wide acceptance. These women, to whom cooking is both a science and an art, choose Carnation not only for the definitely improved quality which it gives to so many dishes, but because its convenient and dependable form and its freedom from waste are in keeping with the modern standards of efficiency in the kitchen. Carnation as a baby food. Our best baby food, of course, is mother's milk. But if a baby cannot have mother's milk, then Carnation is recommended, modified according to the physician's directions. The tiny butterfat globules, evenly distributed, make Carnation milk easy for the baby to digest. Then, too, because of the heat of sterilization, the curd formed in the stomach is softer and more easily digested than that formed by raw milk. You can get Carnation anywhere, take it anywhere, with the utmost confidence that the milk's purity and controlled uniformity will protect the baby from upsets so often caused by milk of changing and uncertain quality. If you would like more information about Carnation for baby feeding, I will gladly send you one of our interesting folders which deals with this subject. Now try Carnation. The recipes which follow have been perfected in our own kitchen, to ensure your obtaining the superior results which the quality of Carnation milk makes possible. Order Carnation today from your grocer and prepare to enjoy the delight of the new in cookery. End of Section 1.
Section 2 of My 100 Favorite Recipes. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. My 100 Favorite Recipes by Mary Blake. General Direction. Carnation milk for better cooking. General direction. Making accurate measurements. In order to ensure perfect results, measurements should be accurately made and directions carefully followed. Use standard measuring cups and spoons and make all measurements absolutely level. In order to do this, fill the cup or spoon and then level with the knife. Half, quarter, and third cupfuls are indicated by marks on the cup. To measure a half spoonful, fill the spoon, level, and then divide lengthwise. To measure a quarter spoonful, divide the halves crosswise. Flour should always be sifted once before measuring. In measuring butter and other solid fats, pack solidly. When the recipe calls for a certain amount of butter melted, measure before melting. When it calls for melted butter, measure after melting. Standard measurements. TSP is the abbreviation for teaspoon. TBSP is the abbreviation for tablespoon. 3 tablespoons is equivalent to 1 teaspoon. 16 tablespoons is equivalent to 1 cup. 2 cups is equivalent to 1 pint. 2 pints is equivalent to 1 quart. 2 cups of solid fat is equivalent to 1 pound. 2 cups solid fat is equivalent to 1 pound. 2 cups granulated sugar is equivalent to 1 pound. 2 2/3 cups powdered sugar is equivalent to 1 pound. 2 2/3 cups brown sugar is equivalent to 1 pound. 4 cups of flour is equivalent to 1 pound, and 1 square bitter chocolate is equal to 1 ounce. Precautions to be observed in heating milk. Since milk scorches very easily, it is advisable to heat it in a double boiler. If heated directly over the fire, the heat should be low, or an asbestos mat should be placed under the pan. If a double boiler is not used, the milk requires careful watching and stirring to prevent scorching. The use of Carnation is cream or milk. If you wish to use Carnation in place of cream, use it undiluted. Use as milk diluted with an equal amount of water. Use half Carnation and half water in any recipe calling for milk. End of Section 2. Read by Mike Ferry 252.
Section 3 of My 100 Favorite Recipes. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. This recording is by Michelle Fry, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. My 100 Favorite Recipes by Mary Blake. Soups. Cream soups make a delightful addition to the diet and provide a splendid way to include more milk. They also are an excellent means of using leftover vegetables, vegetable water, and the liquid from canned vegetables. Cream soups not only stimulate the appetite, causing the digestive juices to flow more freely, but also are very nutritious. Because carnation milk is rich and creamy, it is the secret of the creaminess of these soups. Garnishes for cream soups. What a magic effect a little garnishing has, and how easily it converts a simple dish of soup into one that is deliciously attractive. The following garnishes are all suitable for cream soups. Vegetables cut in fancy shapes, dash of paprika, bit of chopped parsley, little grated cheese, spoonful of whipped cream, spoonful of puffed rice, croutons, toasted cheese sticks, squares of custard. Cream of tomato soup, 1 can of tomato soup, 1 tall can of carnation milk. Heat the milk and the tomato soup in different pans, but at the same time, watching carefully to prevent scorching. When both are piping hot, not boiling, and you are ready to serve, pour the hot tomato into the hot carnation and serve immediately. To avoid curdling, be sure to pour the tomato into the milk instead of vice versa. Do not combine the tomato and the milk until ready to serve, as these should be heated separately. This makes a thick and delicious soup. Serves 4. Carnation milk makes creamy soups. Cream of pea soup. 1 No. 2 can of peas, 1 slice onion, 1½ teaspoons sugar, 1½ teaspoons salt, 1/8 teaspoon pepper, 2 tablespoons butter, 2 tablespoons flour, 1 cup carnation milk, and 1 cup water. Drain and measure liquid from peas and add enough water to make 2 cups of liquid. Add peas, onion, sugar, salt, and pepper, and simmer for 15 minutes. Rub through a sieve. Make a white sauce of butter, flour, and carnation diluted with water. Add paprika. Combine pea mixture and white sauce and serve while hot. Serve 6. Cream of potato soup. 3 medium-sized potatoes, 2 slices onion, 2 tablespoons butter, 2 tablespoons flour, 1½ teaspoon salt, 1/8 teaspoon pepper, 1/4 teaspoon celery salt, 2 cups carnation milk, 2 cups potato water, and 1 tablespoon chopped parsley. Cut potatoes in small pieces and cook with onion in boiling salted water until tender. Use 3 cups of water and 1/2 teaspoon salt. Drain, saving the potato water, and rub the potatoes through a sieve. There should be about 2 cups of potato pulp. Make a white sauce of butter, flour, seasonings, carnation, and potato water. Add slowly to the potatoes, stirring to keep smooth. Reheat in the double boiler. Sprinkle with chopped parsley and serve very hot. Serve 6. Cream of celery soup. 3 cups celery, 1 slice onion, 2 tablespoons butter, 3 tablespoons flour, 1 teaspoon salt, 1/8 teaspoon pepper, 2 cups carnation milk, 2 cups celery liquor, paprika. Wash, scrape, and cut celery into half-inch pieces. Cook with a slice of onion and 3 cups of boiling water until celery is soft, about 30 minutes. Drain, saving the celery liquor, and rub through a sieve. Make a white sauce of the butter, flour, seasonings, carnation, and celery liquor. Combine celery pulp and white sauce and serve while hot. Serve 6. Cream of mushroom soup. 1 can of mushrooms, 8 ounces. Get a can containing stems and broken pieces. 2 tablespoons butter, 3 tablespoons flour, 1/8 teaspoon pepper, 1 teaspoon salt, 2 cups carnation milk, paprika. Drain and measure liquor from the mushrooms and add enough water to make 2 cups of liquid. Add chopped mushrooms and simmer 15 minutes. Make white sauce of the butter, flour, seasonings, and carnation. Add mushrooms with their liquid and serve while hot. Serve 6. Oyster Stew. 1 pint oysters, 2 cups carnation, 2 cups water, 2 tablespoons butter, 1 teaspoon salt, 1/8 teaspoon pepper, 1/4 teaspoon celery salt, 1 tablespoon chopped parsley, paprika. Carefully clean the oysters, removing any bits of shell. Heat in their own liquor until the edges curl. Season and add with butter and parsley to the 2 cups of carnation and 2 cups of water, which have been scalded together. Serves 6. End of section 3. Section 4 of My 100 Favorite Recipes. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. This recording is by Michelle Fry, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. My 100 Favorite Recipes by Mary Blake. Sauces. Carnation milk makes rich sauces. For fish and vegetables. How tempting a most ordinary food is made by the addition of an attractive sauce, one that is smooth and creamy with delicate flavors well blended. The generous use of a variety of sauces is, to be sure, one of the secrets of French cookery. Sauces containing liberal amounts of milk not only stimulate the appetite and cause digestive juices to flow more freely, but are also very nutritious. White sauce. Number 1, for cream soups, 1/2 tablespoon of butter, 1/2 tablespoon of flour. Number 2, for creamed vegetables, 1½ tablespoons of butter, 1½ tablespoons of flour. Number 3, for croquettes, 3 tablespoons of butter and 3 tablespoons of flour. 1/2 teaspoon salt, few grains of pepper, 1/2 cup of carnation, 1/2 cup of water. Melt fat in the top part of a double boiler, add the flour and the seasonings and mix thoroughly. Add the carnation diluted with water and stir constantly until smooth and thick. Place over hot water and continue cooking for 10 minutes, stirring occasionally. Cheese sauce. Add 1/3 cup of grated cheese to a cup of white sauce number 2 and stir until it is melted. Serve hot on vegetables or fish. Pimento sauce. Add 3 tablespoons of chopped pimento to 1 cup of white sauce number 2. Serve hot with vegetables or fish. Egg sauce. Add 1 chopped hard-cooked egg, 1 tablespoon chopped parsley, and 1/4 teaspoon celery salt to 1 cup of white sauce number 2. Serve hot with vegetables or fish. Caper sauce. 1/2 cup carnation milk, 1/2 cup water, 2 tablespoons butter, 2 tablespoons flour, 1 small onion, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/8 teaspoon pepper, 1/4 cup capers. Scald the carnation and water together. Melt the butter, add chopped onion, and when brown, add the flour and let brown. Add the salt, pepper, and scalded milk, stirring constantly. Cook for about 5 minutes and add the drained capers. Serve hot with fish. Mock Hollandaise sauce. 1 tablespoon butter, 2 tablespoons flour, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/8 teaspoon pepper, 3/4 cup carnation milk, 2 egg yolks, 1/4 cup butter, 1 tablespoon lemon juice, few grains of cayenne. Follow the method given above for white sauce. Stir in the beaten egg yolks after the sauce is cooked, and then add butter bit by bit, and finally the lemon juice. Serve hot with vegetables or fish. End of section 4.
Section 5 of My 100 Favorite Recipes. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Read by Betty B. My 100 Favorite Recipes by Mary Blake. Fish. A variety of canned fish available at all times and places can be easily converted into a number of appetizing dishes which add variety to the menu. By keeping a selection of these canned products on hand, the housewife is always prepared for the unexpected guest. Salmon croquettes. 1 cup white sauce, No. 3. 1 3/4 cup flaked salmon. 1 teaspoon lemon juice. Salt and pepper. 1 egg. Breadcrumbs. Parsley. Add flaked salmon and lemon juice to white sauce and season with salt and pepper. Shape, roll in crumbs, then in slightly beaten egg, and again in the breadcrumbs. Fry in deep fat, heated until hot enough to brown a piece of bread in 40 seconds, 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Drain and garnish with parsley. Serves 5. Shrimp wiggle. 2 1/4 tablespoons butter, 2 1/4 tablespoons flour, 1/2 teaspoon salt, few grains pepper, paprika, 3/4 cup carnation milk, 3/4 cup water, 1 cup shrimps, 1 cup canned peas. Make a white sauce of the butter, flour, seasonings, and carnation diluted with the water. Drain the shrimps, remove the dark vein, break the shrimps into pieces and add to white sauce. Also add the drained peas. When the mixture is thoroughly heated, serve on toast points. Garnish with parsley or olives. Serves 5. Tuna fish à la king. 2 tablespoons butter, 1/2 green pepper shredded, 1 hard cooked egg, 1/2 cup chopped mushrooms, 3 tablespoons flour, 1 cup carnation milk, 1 cup water, salt and pepper, 1 1/2 cups tuna fish, 1/2 cup peas. Sauté green pepper and mushrooms in butter until tender, about 10 minutes, keeping covered while cooking. Remove mushrooms and pepper and blend flour with the fat. Add the carnation diluted with the water and cook until the mixture is thickened, stirring constantly to prevent lumping. Place flaked tuna fish, peas, egg, mushrooms, and pepper in top of double boiler. Pour over this the sauce and continue cooking over hot water for 10 minutes. Serve in patty shells or on toast points. Serve 6. Lobster or shrimp may be used instead of tuna fish. End of section 5.
Section 6 of My 100 Favourite Recipes. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Read by Jennifer Painter. My 100 Favourite Recipes by Mary Blake. Vegetables. Serving vegetables in an attractive form is an important part of cookery because of the value of vegetables in the diet. They add the necessary bulk, some contain energy-yielding material, some furnish tissue-building material, but their greatest value lies in their rich mineral and vitamin content, both of which are essential for growth and for health. Doctors and dietitians advise the daily serving of at least 2 vegetables besides potato, one of these to be served in the raw form, as in a salad. In order to prevent loss of minerals and destruction of vitamins, it is best to cook the vegetables in the shortest time possible and in a small amount of water. Since the water in which vegetables are cooked or canned is rich in minerals, it should never be discarded. It can be used for soups and for creaming the vegetables. Spinach au gratin. 3 tablespoons butter, 3 tablespoons flour, half a teaspoon of salt, 1/8 teaspoon pepper, half a cup of carnation milk, 1 can spinach, No. 2, 3/4 of a cup spinach liquid, 1/4 cup grated cheese. Stir 1/2 cup dried breadcrumbs into 2 tablespoons of butter melted. Melt the butter, add flour and seasonings and mix thoroughly. Add carnation and the liquid drained from the can of spinach. Stir constantly until smooth and thick. Add the grated cheese, and as soon as this is melted, add the spinach. Put the mixture into a casserole, cover with buttered breadcrumbs and put in the oven for 10 minutes or until the crumbs are browned. Serves 5. Scalloped cabbage. 1 medium head of cabbage, 3 slices of broiled bacon, 1 cup of white sauce No. 2, half green pepper, half cup of breadcrumbs stirred in 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Cut cabbage in quarters, cook in boiling salted water, using 1 teaspoon of salt to 1 quart of water, until tender, about 15 minutes. Cut the broiled bacon in small squares, dice the green pepper, and add both to the white sauce. Put alternate layers of cabbage and white sauce in a casserole, shaking salt over each layer of cabbage before adding the white sauce. Cover the top layer with buttered crumbs and brown in a moderate oven. Serve 6. Corn souffle. 3 tablespoons butter, 4 tablespoons flour, 1 teaspoon salt, 1/8 teaspoon pepper, 1/4 teaspoon celery salt, half a cup carnation milk, half a cup water, 1 cup canned corn, 2 tablespoon chopped pimento, 3 eggs. Make white sauce of the butter, flour, seasonings, and carnation diluted with the water. Add the corn, pimento, and beaten egg yolks. Fold in beaten egg whites and pour into buttered baking dish. Bake in a slow oven until firm, about 30 minutes. Serves 5. Creamed vegetables. Use 2 cups of vegetable to 1 cup of white sauce No. 2. In making the white sauce, use the water in which the vegetables have been cooked rather than plain water. Pour the white sauce over the vegetables and mix gently with a fork so as to preserve the dices, squares, strips or slices of vegetable. Variety may be obtained by adding grated cheese, diced pimento, shredded green pepper, chips of broiled bacon or celery salt to the white sauce. Stuffed baked potato. 6 medium-sized potatoes, 2 tablespoon butter, 1 teaspoon salt, half a teaspoon pepper, 2 tablespoon carnation milk, 2 tablespoons water, 1 egg white, 2 tablespoons grated cheese. Bake potatoes in a hot oven for 45 minutes or until soft. Remove from oven and cut off the top third of each, then scoop out insides. Mash potatoes, add seasoning, and then the carnation and water heated together. Beat well. Add egg white well beaten. Refill potato shell, sprinkle top with grated cheese, and put into a hot oven to brown. Serve at once. Serve 6. Baked cauliflower. 1 medium cauliflower, 1 cup white sauce No. 2, see recipe page 7, 1/3 of a cup breadcrumbs stirred in 1 tablespoon of melted butter. Remove leaves and trim off stalk from the cauliflower. Soak in a solution of 1 tablespoon of vinegar, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 quart of cold water for 5 minutes to remove dirt and insects. Cook whole, stem up, in boiling salted water until tender, about 10 minutes. Put cauliflower in a buttered baking dish, pour the white sauce over it, and cover with buttered breadcrumbs. Brown in a moderate oven. Serve 6. End of section 6. Section 7 of My 100 Favourite Recipes. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Read by Jennifer Painter. My 100 Favourite Recipes by Mary Blake. Salads. Salads, served crisp and cold, add zest and variety to any meal. The secret of an attractive salad is to have all of the ingredients thoroughly chilled and drained. In combining them, use a fork, mixing carefully so as not to mash the ingredients. Add the dressing just before serving. Tomato salad. 6 tomatoes. 1 head of lettuce. Mayonnaise. Select tomatoes of good shape and colour. Peel and cut 3 thin slices off the top of each tomato and arrange on lettuce on salad plates. Cover slices and top of tomato with mayonnaise, sprinkle with paprika. If desired, the inside of the tomato may be scooped out and the cup sprinkled with salt. Then invert and chill. When ready to serve, add a chicken filling made by combining 1 cup chopped chicken, half a cup diced celery, and 1/3 cup nuts with mayonnaise. Or a vegetable filling may be made by combining diced tomato, 3/4 of a cup of diced celery, 1/3 of a cup of nuts, and 1/2 cup chopped olives or sweet pickles with mayonnaise. Serve 6. Stuffed celery. 6 stalks celery, 2/3 cup cream cheese, 2 tablespoons carnation milk, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon onion juice, paprika, mayonnaise, 1 teaspoon chopped green pepper, lettuce leaves. Select crisp stalks of celery having deep grooves. Add milk and seasoning to the cream cheese. Pile mixture securely into the grooves of celery, leaving a fluffy, rough surface. Cut into 4-inch lengths. Select a small, crisp celery tip and place into one end. Sprinkle with paprika and lay 2 or 3 stalks on a lettuce leaf. Serve with mayonnaise. Serve 6. Peach salad. 6 peaches, lemon juice, 2 tablespoon carnation milk, half a cup of cream cheese, lettuce leaves. Half cup of mayonnaise. Peel and cut peaches in half, or use halves of canned peaches. Sprinkle with lemon juice to prevent discolouring. Place 2 halves on lettuce leaf on each salad plate. Soften cheese with the carnation milk and combine with the mayonnaise. Put mixture into a pastry bag and fill the hollows of peaches, leaving a rose on top, or simply fill carefully with a spoon. Serve 6. Carnationaise. Mayonnaise. 4 tablespoon flour, 1 tablespoon sugar, 1 tablespoon mustard, 1 teaspoon salt, paprika, 1 cup salad oil, 2/3 cup carnation milk, 1/4 cup cider vinegar, 3/4 cup of water, 1 egg. Mix dry ingredients and to this add gradually 1/4 cup of salad oil, 1/4 cup of cider vinegar, and 3/4 cup of water. Stir until smooth. Cook over a slow fire until thick and the flour is well cooked, stirring constantly. Remove from fire and beat into the mixture 1 egg, which has been slightly beaten, 2/3 cup of carnation milk, and 3/4 cup of salad oil. Add the milk and oil slowly and beat very smooth. This makes 3 cups of mayonnaise. It will keep indefinitely. Fruit salad dressing. Carnationaise is delicious for fruit salads. If a creamier dressing is desired, combine half a cup of whipped carnation and 1 cup of carnationaise. Thousand Island dressing. 2 cups of carnationaise, half a cup chili sauce, 1 teaspoon finely cut onion, 3 tablespoons diced pimento, 3 tablespoons diced green pepper, 2 hard cooked eggs cut fine, 3 tablespoons chopped sweet pickle. Mix the ingredients and keep in a cool place until ready to use. Excellent with any vegetable salad. No egg mayonnaise. Half a teaspoon of salt, few grains of pepper, half a teaspoon mustard, half a teaspoon sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of paprika, 2 tablespoons carnation milk, half a cup of salad oil, 1 tablespoon lemon juice or vinegar. Mix dry ingredients with carnation. Add oil gradually, beating constantly. Add lemon juice or vinegar and beat until smooth. This makes 2/3 cup of dressing. Cooked salad dressing. 1 teaspoon mustard, 1 teaspoon salt, dash cayenne, 2 tablespoons sugar, 1 1/2 tablespoons of flour, half a cup carnation milk, 2 egg yolks beaten, half a cup of water, 2 tablespoons of melted butter, 1/4 cup of vinegar. Mix dry ingredients in top of double boiler. Gradually add egg yolks and butter. Then add the carnation diluted with the water. Stir constantly to keep smooth. Cook over hot water for 10 minutes. Remove from fire, cool, and add vinegar. End of section 7.
Section 8 of My 100 Favorite Recipes. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Read by Betty B. My 100 Favorite Recipes by Mary Blake. Quick breads. Breads which are lightened by means of yeast are called yeast breads, while those lightened by other leavening agents are termed quick breads. The latter can be prepared in a very short time and are intended to be served at once while they are fresh and hot. Plain muffins. 2 cups bread flour, 4 teaspoons baking powder, 2 tablespoons sugar, 3/4 teaspoon salt, 1 egg, 1/3 cup carnation milk, 2/3 cup water, 2 tablespoons melted fat. Sift dry ingredients. Beat egg and add carnation diluted with the water. Add melted fat. Stir liquid quickly into the dry ingredients. Pour immediately into oiled muffin tins. Bake 20 to 25 minutes in a hot oven, 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Makes 12 muffins. Graham date muffins. 1 cup bread flour, 1 cup graham flour, 4 teaspoons baking powder, 2 tablespoons sugar, 3/4 teaspoon salt, 1/2 cup chopped dates, 2 tablespoons melted fat, 1 egg, 1/3 cup carnation milk, 2/3 cup water. Sift the bread flour, baking powder, sugar, and salt, and add to the graham flour. Add the dates. Beat the egg and add carnation diluted with the water. Add melted fat. Stir liquids quickly into the dry ingredients. Pour immediately into oiled muffin tins. Bake 20 to 25 minutes in a hot oven, 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Makes 12 muffins. Nut bread. 1 1/2 cups bread flour, 1 1/2 cups graham flour, 4 teaspoons baking powder, 1/3 cup sugar, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 egg, 1 cup chopped nuts, 3/4 cup water, 3/4 cup carnation milk, 2 tablespoons fat, melted. Sift baking powder, sugar, salt, and bread flour, and add to the graham flour. Add the chopped nuts. Mix the melted fat, carnation diluted with the water, and well beaten egg. Combine liquids quickly with the dry ingredients. Pour into a greased loaf pan, cover and let stand for 20 minutes. Bake in a hot 400-degree Fahrenheit oven. Jiffy coffee cake. 2 cups flour, 3 teaspoons baking powder, 1/4 cup sugar, 1/2 cup cold fat, 1/2 cup currants, 1/3 cup carnation milk, 2/3 cup water, 1 egg. Sift the dry ingredients, rub or cut in the fat, and add the currants. Mix the beaten egg with the carnation diluted with the water, add to the flour mixture. Pour into a greased pan, sprinkle with sugar and cinnamon, and bake in a moderate 375-degree Fahrenheit oven for about 40 minutes. The same recipe may be used for a Dutch apple cake. After the mixture is poured into the pan, press sharp edge of sliced apples into dough in parallel rows. Sprinkle top with 3 tablespoons sugar mixed with 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon. Bake in a moderate 375-degree Fahrenheit oven for 40 minutes. Baking powder biscuits. 2 cups bread flour, 4 teaspoons baking powder, 1 teaspoon salt, 4 tablespoons cold fat, 2 teaspoons sugar, 1/4 cup carnation milk, 1/2 cup water. Sift dry ingredients, rub in shortening with fingertips or cut in with 2 knives. Add carnation diluted with the water and mix to soft dough. Toss on slightly floured board, roll or pat out to 3/4 inch thickness, and cut with biscuit cutter. Brush top with thin layer of melted fat. Bake in a hot 450-degree Fahrenheit oven for 10 to 12 minutes. Makes about 14 biscuits. Emergency biscuits are made by using the same recipe, changing the liquid to 1/3 cup carnation and 2/3 cup water. Drop by spoonfuls onto a greased tin and bake. Pinwheel Biscuits. 2 cups bread flour, 4 teaspoons baking powder, 1 teaspoon salt, 3 tablespoons sugar, 4 tablespoons cold fat, 1/4 cup carnation milk, 1/2 cup water, 1/3 cup chopped raisins, 2 tablespoons chopped citron, 1/3 teaspoon cinnamon, 2 tablespoons sugar. Sift the first 4 ingredients. Rub or cut in the shortening. Add carnation diluted with the water and mix to soft dough. Toss on slightly floured board, pat or roll to 1/4 inch thickness. Sprinkle with raisins, citron, cinnamon, and sugar. Roll like a jelly roll. Cut off pieces 3/4 inch in thickness and place on a greased tin. Bake in a hot oven, 450 degrees Fahrenheit, for 10 to 15 minutes. Scones. 2 cups pastry flour, 4 teaspoons baking powder, 2 teaspoons sugar, 1 teaspoon salt, 4 tablespoons fat, 2 eggs, 3 tablespoons carnation milk, 3 tablespoons water. Sift dry ingredients. Rub or cut in fat. Dilute carnation with water. Add milk with beaten eggs, reserving a little of the egg white. Mix to soft dough. Roll out to 3/4 inch thickness, cut into squares or diamond shapes. Brush over with a little of the reserved egg white and sprinkle with sugar. Bake in a hot 450 degree Fahrenheit oven. End of section 8.
Section Meats of My 100 Favorite Recipes. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Read by Felicia Gaffney. My 100 Favorite Recipes by Mary Blake. Section Meats. Both fish and meat are important sources of tissue-building material. The following recipes illustrate a few of the interesting combinations possible in preparing meat. Creamed chip beef. 1/4 pound chip beef, 2 tablespoons butter, 2½ tablespoons flour, pepper, a ½ teaspoon salt, 3/4 cup carnation milk, 3/4 cup water. Shred the dried beef, cover with hot water, let stand 10 minutes, then drain. Make a white sauce of the butter, flour, seasonings, and carnation diluted with 3/4 cup water. Add the chipped beef and serve on toast points or with mashed or baked potatoes. Serves 4. Chicken a la king. 2 tablespoons butter or chicken fat, 1/4 green pepper shredded, 3/4 cup mushrooms chopped, 3 tablespoons flour, 1/4 pimento shredded, 1 cup chicken broth, 1 cup carnation milk, salt and pepper, 1½ cups cold chicken. Sauté the green pepper and mushrooms in the butter until tender, about 10 minutes, keeping them covered while cooking. Remove the mushrooms and peppers and blend the flour and seasonings with the fat left in the pan. Then add the broth and carnation and cook until thickened, stirring constantly. Place the chicken, cut in ½ inch dice, pimento, green pepper, and mushrooms in top part of double boiler. Pour over this the sauce and continue cooking over hot water for 10 minutes. Serve in patty shells or on toast points. Serves 6. Carnation Baked Ham. 1 sliced ham about 2 inches thick, 1 tablespoon flour, 2 tablespoons brown sugar, 3/4 cup carnation milk, 3/4 cup water. Trim off fat, cut into small pieces, and mix with the sugar. Rub the flour into the ham, then put into a baking dish. Sprinkle fat sugar mixture over the top and pour it over the carnation diluted with water. Place in a hot 425 degree Fahrenheit oven. After 15 minutes, reduce the temperature to 275 degrees Fahrenheit, a slow oven. Bake until tender, about 2.5 hours. Garnish with hard-boiled eggs and parsley. Enough milk should remain for gravy. Large slice of ham serves 8. Beef loaf. Half-pound pork, half-pound veal, 1 pound beef, half cup breadcrumbs, half onion finely minced, 1/3 cup carnation milk, 1/3 cup water, 1 egg slightly beaten, 1/2 teaspoon salt, few grains of pepper, 4 thin slices of fat salt pork or bacon. Put meat through a food chopper, mix, and add ingredients in order given. Shape in a loaf. Put in a pan and lay across the top of the loaf the slices of salt pork or bacon. Place in a hot oven, 425 degrees Fahrenheit. After 15 minutes, reduce the heat to 300 degrees Fahrenheit, a slow oven. Bake 1.5 hours, basting frequently. Garnish with parsley. Serves 6. Pork chops and potatoes a la Carnation. 6 potatoes, 1.5 teaspoons salt, few grains of pepper, 1 tablespoon butter, 3/4 cup carnation milk, 1 1/4 cups water, breadcrumbs, 2 tablespoons flour, 6 pork chops, 1 egg. Scald carnation in water in a double boiler. Pare and slice potatoes in 1/4-inch slices. Place a layer in a buttered baking dish, sprinkle with salt and pepper, dredge with flour, and dot over with bits of butter. Repeat and add the scalded milk until it can be seen through the top layer. Dip pork chops in egg and roll in breadcrumbs. Place on top of potatoes and bake in a moderate 350 degree Fahrenheit oven until the potatoes are soft. Serves 6. Creamed sweetbreads. 1 pound sweetbreads. 1 tablespoon vinegar or lime juice. 2/3 cup peas. 2 1/4 tablespoon butter. 2 1/4 tablespoon flour. Pepper. 1/2 teaspoon salt. 3/4 cup carnation. 3/4 cup water. Soak the sweetbreads in cold water for an hour. Cook until tender, about 20 minutes, in boiling water to which 1/2 teaspoon salt and 1 tablespoon vinegar or lemon juice have been added. When tender, plunge into cold water to harden. Remove membranes and cut or break into small pieces. Add the peas. Make a white sauce of the butter, flour, seasonings, and carnation diluted with 3/4 cup water. Add sweetbreads and peas. Reheat and serve in patty cases or on toast points. Diced chicken or mushrooms may be added if desired. Serves 6. Carnation veal birds. 1.5 pounds veal steak, 1/4 inch thick. 3 slices bacon, 1/2 small onion, 1 tablespoon butter, 1/2 cup breadcrumbs, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/8 teaspoon pepper, 1 teaspoon summer savory, 3 tablespoons bacon drippings, 1/2 cup carnation milk. Cut veal steak into strips 4 by 2.5 inches, each strip making a bird. Chop trimmings of veal, bacon, and onion and brown in 1 tablespoon butter. Add breadcrumbs, salt, pepper, and savory. Moisten with hot water. Spread each piece of veal with a thin layer of the mixture, being careful not to put it too close to the edge. Roll and fasten with skewers or white cord. Sprinkle with salt and pepper, dredge with flour, and fry in baking drippings until well browned. Add water to half cover the meat and cook slowly about 40 minutes or until tender. Take birds out of pan and remove skewers or cord. Add carnation to the juice in the pan and heat. Pour this gravy over the birds and serve at once. Serves 5. End of section Meats. Read by Felicia Gaffney. Greensboro, North Carolina, July 3rd, 2021.
Section 10 of My 100 Favorite Recipes. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Read by Betty B. My 100 Favorite Recipes by Mary Blake. Cakes. The secret of making a light, feathery cake of velvety smoothness lies in the selection of materials of good quality, accurate measurements, and correct blending of ingredients. Always sift the flour once before measuring. Carefully follow the directions given for combining ingredients. To obtain a level cake, it is well to push the dough toward the corners of the pan before putting the cake in the oven. When the cake is well browned, shrunken from the edge of the pan, and when the dough springs back quickly if slightly dented in the center, the cake is done. Devil's Food Cake. 1 3/4 cups pastry flour, 2 teaspoons baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon soda, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 5 tablespoons carnation milk, 5 tablespoons water, 1 cup sugar, 3/8 cup fat, 2 eggs, 2 squares chocolate, 1/2 teaspoon vanilla. Measure flour after sifting once. Re-sift with baking powder, soda, and salt. Dilute the carnation milk with the water. Cream fat and sugar thoroughly. Add well-beaten eggs and beat until mixture is light colored and fluffy. Add the melted chocolate and stir until well blended. Add flour and milk alternately to the creamed mixture, beginning and ending with the flour, as this helps to keep the mixture creamy. Add vanilla the last few stirs. Pour immediately into pan that has been well oiled and dusted with a thin film of flour. Bake in a moderate 360° Fahrenheit oven. Plain cake. 1 1/3 cups pastry flour, 2 1/2 teaspoons baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 3 tablespoons carnation milk, 5 tablespoons water, 1/4 cup fat, 3/4 cup sugar, 1 egg, 1/2 teaspoon vanilla. Measure flour after it has been sifted once. Re-sift flour with baking powder and salt. Dilute the carnation with the water. Cream the fat and sugar thoroughly. Add well-beaten egg and beat until the mixture is a light color and creamy. Add the flour and milk alternately to the creamed mixture, beginning and ending with the flour, as this helps to keep the mixture creamy. Add the flavoring last. Pour into tins that have been oiled and dusted with a thin film of flour. Bake in a moderate 375° Fahrenheit oven. Carnation makes fine texture cakes. Spice cake. 1 teaspoon cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon nutmeg, 1/2 teaspoon cloves, few grains cayenne, 1 1/2 tablespoon boiling water, 1 3/4 cups pastry flour, 3 teaspoons baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 2 eggs, 4 tablespoons carnation milk, 6 tablespoons water, 1/2 cup fat, 1 cup sugar. Soak spices in boiling water. Measure flour after sifting once. Re-sift twice with the baking powder and salt. Dilute carnation with the water. Cream fat and sugar thoroughly. Add well-beaten eggs and beat until the mixture is light and fluffy. Add spices, then the flour and milk alternately, beginning and ending with the flour. Bake in a moderate 375° Fahrenheit oven. White cake. 1 1/2 cups pastry flour, 3 teaspoons baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 2 tablespoons carnation milk, 1/2 teaspoon vanilla or almond, 6 tablespoons water, 3/8 cup fat, 1 cup sugar, 2 egg whites. Measure flour after sifting once. Resift with baking powder and salt. Dilute carnation with the water. Cream fat and sugar thoroughly. Add unbeaten egg whites and beat until mixture is very light. Add flour and milk alternately, beginning and ending with flour. Add flavoring. Bake in a moderate 375° Fahrenheit oven. Caramel Nut Cake. 1 1/2 cups pastry flour, 2 teaspoons baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1/4 cup carnation milk, 1/4 cup water, 1/3 cup shortening, 1 cup brown sugar, 2 eggs, 1/2 cup chopped nuts, 1/2 teaspoon vanilla. Measure flour after sifting once. Resift with baking powder and salt. Dilute carnation with the water. Cream fat and sugar thoroughly. Add well beaten eggs and beat until mixture is light and creamy. Dredge the nuts with part of the flour. Add flour and milk alternately to the creamed mixture, beginning and ending with the flour. Add the nuts and vanilla. Bake in a moderate 375° Fahrenheit oven. Ice with caramel icing. Lemon Coconut Cookies. 1 1/2 cups pastry flour, 2 teaspoons baking powder, few grains salt, 2 tablespoons carnation milk, 3 tablespoons water, 1/4 cup fat, 1 cup coconut, 1/2 cup sugar, 1 egg, 1/2 teaspoon lemon extract. Mix as for plain cake. Add flavoring and coconut at the last. Drop by spoonfuls on oiled tins, allowing about 2-inch space between each cookie. Bake in a hot 400° Fahrenheit oven. Fudge Squares. 1 cup pastry flour, 1 teaspoon baking powder, few grains salt, 2 tablespoons carnation milk, 2 tablespoons water, 1/4 cup fat, 1 cup sugar, 2 eggs, 2 squares chocolate, 1 teaspoon vanilla, 1/3 cup nuts. Mix as for devil's food cake. Pour 1/2 inch deep into a cake pan that has been well oiled and dusted with a thin film of flour. Bake in a moderate 375° Fahrenheit oven. Ice with fudge icing. Cut in squares. Carnation is pure milk, double rich. End of section 10. Section 11 of My 100 Favorite Recipes. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Read by Betty B. My 100 Favorite Recipes by Mary Blake. Pastry. Homemade pies, like Mother used to make. Doesn't that anticipation make your mouth water? And really, pastry making is not such a difficult culinary task if the following precautions are observed. Keep all ingredients as cold as possible. If the fat is rubbed into the flour with the fingers, use quick and light motion, for if the fat is melted, the crust will be tough. Use the minimum amount of water needed to hold the dough together. Chilling the dough before rolling makes it easier to handle and also lighter. Roll just enough dough for one crust at a time. Use quick light motion from the center outward so as to keep the shape round. Do not grease the pie tin. Fit dough smoothly to pie tin so no air is enclosed. If crust is to be baked before the filling is added, the pie tin may be inverted and the dough fitted on the outside. Handle dough as little as possible. Bake in hot oven 450° Fahrenheit. Plain pastry. 2 cups pastry flour or 1 3/4 cups bread flour, 1/2 cup cold fat, 1 teaspoon salt, approximately 1/3 cup cold water. Sift flour and salt. Cut or rub in shortening. Add the cold water gradually, adding just enough to hold the dough together. Let chill for 20 minutes. Divide dough in 2 parts and roll out to 1/8 inch thickness on a slightly floured board. Line pie tin, crimp edge with thumb and finger. Prick sides and bottom with fork to preserve the shape. Bake in a hot oven, 450° Fahrenheit, for 12 to 20 minutes. For a 2-crust pie, line the pie tin with pastry, moisten rim with cold water, add filling, and cover with top crust, which has incisions cut in it to allow the escape of steam. Press edges of upper and lower dough together, trim off excess, and bake in a hot oven, 450° Fahrenheit. This recipe makes 2 crusts. Pumpkin pie, 1¼ cup steamed pumpkin, 7/8 cup brown sugar, 1 teaspoon cinnamon, 1 teaspoon ginger, 2 tablespoons orange juice, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 2 eggs, 1 cup carnation milk, 1/4 cup water. Mix materials in order given and pour into an unbaked pastry shell. Place in a hot 450° Fahrenheit oven to set the crust. After 10 minutes reduce the temperature to 250° Fahrenheit for the rest of the period. Bake about 1 hour. Makes 1 pie. Butterscotch pie, 1½ cups brown sugar, 1/2 cup flour, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1¾ cups carnation milk, 7/8 cup water, 3 tablespoons butter, 3 eggs. Mix sugar, flour, and salt thoroughly. Scald carnation and water together. Add milk to dry mixture, stirring until well blended. Return to the double boiler and cook for 25 minutes, stirring occasionally. Add to well beaten egg yolks and continue cooking for 2 minutes. Add butter. Pour filling into baked pastry shell. Cover with meringue made by folding 4 tablespoons sugar and 1/4 teaspoon baking powder into 3 stiffly beaten egg whites. Brown in a slow oven, 300° Fahrenheit. Makes 1 large pie. To make raisin butterscotch pie, use the same recipe, adding 1 cup of raisins to the filling. Lemon cream pie, 1½ cup sugar, 4½ tablespoons flour, few grains salt, 3/4 cup carnation milk, 1 teaspoon grated lemon rind, 5 tablespoons lemon juice, 1 tablespoon butter, 2 eggs, 3/4 cup water. Mix sugar, flour, and salt thoroughly. Scald carnation with the water. Add milk to dry mixture, stirring until well blended. Return to the double boiler and cook for 25 minutes, stirring occasionally. Add to well beaten egg yolks and continue cooking for 2 minutes. Add butter, lemon juice, and rind. Pour filling into baked pastry shell. Cover with meringue made by folding 2 tablespoons powdered sugar or granulated sugar and 1/8 teaspoon baking powder into 2 stiffly beaten egg whites. Brown in a slow 300° Fahrenheit oven. Makes 1 pie. Pineapple pie, 4 tablespoons flour, 2/3 cup sugar, 1/8 teaspoon salt, 1 1/3 cups crushed pineapple, 1 cup carnation milk, 1 cup water, 2/3 teaspoon vanilla, 3 eggs. Follow method given for lemon pie, adding vanilla and well drained pineapple in place of the lemon. Use 4 tablespoons sugar, 1/4 teaspoon baking powder, and 3 egg whites for the meringue. Makes 1 large pie. Chocolate pie, 2 squares chocolate, 1 cup boiling water, 1 cup carnation milk, 4 tablespoons flour, 7/8 cup sugar, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 3 eggs, 1 tablespoon butter, 1/2 teaspoon vanilla. Melt the chocolate, adding the boiling water and milk, and continue heating until the mixture is smooth. Mix flour, sugar, and salt, and add the hot chocolate mixture gradually, stirring so as to prevent lumping. Return to double boiler and cook 25 minutes, stirring occasionally. Pour over the well beaten egg yolks, beating constantly. Return to double boiler and cook 2 minutes longer. Add flavoring and pour into baked pastry shell. Cover with meringue made by folding 4 tablespoons sugar and 1/4 teaspoon baking powder into stiffly beaten egg whites. Brown in a slow 300° Fahrenheit oven. Makes 1 pie. End of section 11. Section 12 of My 100 Favorite Recipes. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Read by Betty B. My 100 Favorite Recipes by Mary Blake. Puddings. The desserts presented here are suggested as a means of including more milk in the diet, in order that the advised quota, 1 quart daily for each member of the family, may be included. Consider the dessert in its relation to the whole meal so that it will supply dietary needs which have not been filled in the other courses. Serve a light dessert with heavy meals and heavy desserts with light meals. Chocolate Blanc Mange. 2 tablespoons cornstarch, 1/3 cup sugar, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1 1/3 cups cold water, 1 cup carnation milk, 1 1/2 squares unsweetened chocolate, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon vanilla. Combine cornstarch, sugar, and salt, mixing thoroughly. Mix with 1/3 cup cold water and add slowly to 1 cup of carnation, which has been diluted and scalded with 1 cup of water. Cook over hot water for 15 minutes, stirring constantly until thickened. Melt chocolate and add to cooked mixture, then add to the well-beaten egg and cook 2 minutes longer. Remove from fire, add flavoring, and chill. Serves 5. Coconut Blanc Mange. 1/4 cup cornstarch, 1/4 cup sugar, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1 cup water, 1 cup carnation milk, 2/3 cup coconut, 2 egg whites, 1/2 teaspoon vanilla. Mix cornstarch, sugar, and salt with 1/2 cup cold water. Dilute carnation with 1/2 cup water and scald. Add the cornstarch mixture slowly to the scalded milk. Cook in a double boiler for 20 minutes, stirring constantly until thickened. Cool slightly and add the shredded coconut, stiffly beaten egg whites, and the vanilla. Nuts, dates, or candied cherries may be added if desired. Serves 5. Carnation makes tasty puddings. Chocolate bread pudding. 2 squares bitter chocolate, 3/4 cup sugar, 2 cups carnation milk, 2 cups hot water, 2 cups stale breadcrumbs, 2 eggs, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon vanilla. Melt the chocolate, add the sugar and 1 cup of carnation diluted with 1 cup of water. Cook until the mixture is smooth. Soak crumbs for 20 minutes in 1 cup of carnation diluted with 1 cup of water. Then combine with chocolate mixture. Add slightly beaten eggs, salt, and flavoring. Pour into a greased baking dish, set in a pan of hot water, and bake in a slow 300° Fahrenheit oven for 1 hour. Serves 8. Lemon rice cream. 1/2 cup rice, 1/2 cup sugar, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1 1/2 cups carnation milk, 1 1/2 cups water. Grated rind of 3/4 lemon, 2 tablespoons powdered sugar, 2 1/2 tablespoons lemon juice, 2 eggs, 1/4 teaspoon lemon extract. Wash rice and soak in cold water for an hour. Drain. Put into double boiler, add the carnation diluted with 1 1/2 cups water, add salt, and cook until rice is soft. Add sugar, lemon rind, lemon juice, and egg yolks slightly beaten. Cook until it thickens, about 5 minutes. Then turn into a buttered baking dish, cover with meringue made from egg whites, powdered sugar, and lemon extract. Put in a slow 300° Fahrenheit oven just long enough to brown. Serves 8. Pineapple rice pudding. 1/2 cup rice, 1/2 cup sugar, 1 1/2 cups carnation milk, 1 1/2 cups water, 1 cup crushed pineapple, 2 eggs, 1/2 teaspoon salt. Wash rice and soak in cold water for an hour. Drain. Put into double boiler. Add carnation diluted with 1 1/2 cups water. Add salt and cook until rice is soft. Add sugar, egg yolks, slightly beaten, and grated pineapple. Fold in the stiffly beaten egg whites, pour into a buttered baking dish, and bake for about 30 minutes in a slow 300° Fahrenheit oven. Date tapioca cream. 1/3 cup tapioca, few grains salt, 1 cup sugar, 2 cups carnation milk, 2 cups water, 2 small eggs, 1 cup chopped dates, 1 teaspoon vanilla. Heat the carnation and water together. Add tapioca, salt, and sugar to hot milk. Cook in a double boiler for 25 minutes or until tapioca is transparent. Pour into well-beaten eggs, return to double boiler, and continue cooking for 2 minutes. Add vanilla and dates. Chill. Serves 8. Caramel tapioca. 1/3 cup tapioca, few grains salt, 2 small eggs, 2 cups carnation milk, 2 cups water, 1 cup light brown sugar, 1/2 cup nut meats, 1 teaspoon vanilla. Heat the carnation and water together. Add tapioca, salt, and sugar to hot milk. Cook in a double boiler for 25 minutes or until tapioca is transparent. Pour into well-beaten eggs, return to double boiler, and continue cooking for 2 minutes longer. Add vanilla and nuts. Chill. Serves 8. Carnation makes delicious desserts. End of section 12. Section 13 of My 100 Favorite Recipes. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Read by Betty B. My 100 Favorite Recipes by Mary Blake. Gelatin Desserts. In making the following desserts, be sure to chill the carnation milk thoroughly before whipping. Chocolate Charlotte. 1 1/8 tablespoon gelatin, 2 tablespoons cold water, 1/2 cup sugar, 1 1/2 cups carnation milk, 1/2 cup water, 1 square bitter chocolate, 1/2 teaspoon vanilla, 1/2 dozen ladyfingers. Soak granulated gelatin in 2 tablespoons cold water for 5 minutes. Melt shaved chocolate in double boiler, add sugar, 1/2 cup water, and 1/2 cup carnation. Let cook 5 minutes or until smooth. Pour over gelatin and stir until dissolved. When cool, add the vanilla. Whip 1 cup of carnation which has been chilled for a couple of hours. Gradually add the chocolate and gelatin mixture and stir until it begins to thicken. When well thickened, pour carefully into a mold which has been lined with ladyfingers. Let stand in a cold place for an hour or more. When ready to serve, turn out on a flat dish, cover with whipped cream, and garnish with maraschino cherries or nuts. Serves 5. Macaroon Dessert. 1 1/4 tablespoon gelatin, 3/4 cup water, 9 macaroons crumbled, 1 3/4 cup carnation milk, 2 egg yolks slightly beaten, 1/4 cup sugar, 1 teaspoon vanilla. Soak gelatin for 5 minutes in 1/4 cup water mixed with 1/4 cup of carnation. Scald 1/2 cup of carnation diluted with 1/2 cup of water. Pour over slightly beaten egg yolks to which the sugar has been added. Cook in a double boiler until the mixture thickens slightly, about 3 minutes. Pour over the gelatin and stir until dissolved. When cool, add the vanilla. Whip 1 cup of carnation which has been chilled for a couple of hours. Gradually add the gelatin mixture and stir until it begins to thicken. Add the crumbled macaroons and pour into a mold. Let stand in a cold place for an hour or more. When ready to serve, turn out on a flat dish and garnish as desired. Serves 5. Pineapple Bavarian Cream. 1 1/4 tablespoon gelatin, 1/4 cup cold water, 1 cup carnation milk, 1 cup grated pineapple and juice, 1/8 teaspoon salt, 3 tablespoons lemon juice, 1/2 cup sugar. Soak gelatin in cold water for 5 minutes. Heat pineapple, sugar, and salt. Add the soaked gelatin and lemon juice. Set in a pan of cold water to cool. Whip the carnation which has been chilled for a couple of hours. As soon as the pineapple mixture begins to thicken, add it to the whipped carnation. Pour into a mold and chill. Serves 5. Prune Cream. 1 cup chopped cooked prunes, 1 1/2 tablespoons lemon juice, 1/4 cup powdered sugar, 3/4 cup carnation milk, 1/4 teaspoon gelatin. Whip carnation milk. Add lemon juice, sugar, and few grains of salt to chopped cooked prunes. Fold the prune mixture into the whipped carnation. Serves 5. End of section 13. Section 14 of My 100 Favorite Recipes. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Read by Betty B. My 100 Favorite Recipes by Mary Blake. Ice creams. Ice creams. Ice cream is not only a delightful and refreshing dessert, but also a valuable food. Because carnation milk is double rich, it makes an especially delicious ice cream. Pineapple ice cream. 4 cups carnation milk, 1/2 tablespoon gelatin, 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup grated pineapple. Heat 1 cup of carnation, soak the gelatin in 1 tablespoon cold milk and add to the hot milk. Stir until dissolved. Strain the pineapple, using only the dry grated fruit. Add the remaining milk, pineapple, and sugar to the gelatin mixture. Stir until everything is well blended. Chill and freeze, using 1 part of salt to 5 parts of ice. serves 10. Chocolate ice cream. 1 cup sugar, few grains salt, 4 cups of carnation milk, 2 squares of bitter chocolate, 3 eggs, 1 teaspoon vanilla. Heat the milk with the sugar in the double boiler. Melt the chocolate and add to the hot milk. Continue heating until mixture is well blended. Pour into the well-beaten eggs. Return to double boiler and continue cooking for 2 minutes. Add salt and flavoring. Chill and freeze, using 1 part of salt to 5 parts of ice. Serves 10. Banana ice cream. 5 good-sized bananas, 4 cups carnation milk, 1 cup sugar, 2 tablespoons lemon juice. Crush bananas to a soft pulp. Add carnation, sugar, and lemon juice. Stir until sugar is thoroughly dissolved. Chill and freeze, using 1 part of salt to 5 parts of ice. Serves 10. Orange sherbet. 1 lemon, 1 orange, 1/2 cup sugar, 2 cups carnation milk, 2 egg whites. Grate rinds of lemon and orange, squeeze out juice. Add grated rind and sugar to carnation. Then add gradually the lemon and orange juice, stirring constantly. The milk may have a slightly curdled appearance after this, but it disappears in the freezing. Freeze partially, then add the egg whites beaten stiff and continue freezing. Serves 5. End of section 14. Section 15 of My 100 Favorite Recipes. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Read by Betty B. My 100 Favorite Recipes by Mary Blake. Miscellaneous Desserts. Strawberry Shortcake. 2 cups bread flour, 4 teaspoons baking powder, 1 teaspoon salt, 5 tablespoons fat, 1 tablespoon sugar, 1/4 cup carnation milk, 1/2 cup cold water. Sift dry ingredients, rub in fat, add carnation diluted with water, and mix quickly. Toss on slightly floured board, pat to 1-inch thickness, and put in layer cake tins. Cover top with thin layer of melted fat. Cover and let stand for 10 minutes. Bake about 12 minutes in hot 450° Fahrenheit oven. Put sweetened and slightly crushed berries between and on top of shortcake. Save a few large berries to put on top. Cheese Tort. 1 package of Zwieback, 6 ounces. 2 cups of sugar, 1 teaspoon cinnamon, 1 1/2 pound cottage cheese, 1/3 cup butter melted, 4 eggs, 1/2 cup chopped nuts, few grains salt, 4 tablespoons flour, juice and rind of 1/2 lemon, 1/2 teaspoon vanilla, 1 cup carnation milk. Roll Zwieback fine, mix with 1 cup sugar, cinnamon, and melted butter. Line a buttered spring cake pan or other baking dish with this mixture, saving 2/3 cup for the top. Press the mixture on the bottom and sides of the baking dish. Beat eggs well and add 1 cup of sugar, salt, flavoring, carnation, cheese, and flour. Mix all together and press the mixture through a sieve. Beat well, add nuts and pour into the lined mold. Put crumbs on top and bake in a moderate oven, 325° Fahrenheit for 1 hour. Turn off heat and let stand in oven 1 hour or until cool. Serves 10. Cup custard. 2 cups carnation milk, 2 cups water, 5 eggs, 1/2 cup sugar, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon vanilla. Scald carnation and water. Beat eggs slightly, add sugar, salt, vanilla, and scalded milk. Pour into individual buttered custard cups. Set in a pan of hot water. Sprinkle with nutmeg. Bake in a slow 225° Fahrenheit oven until a knife inserted in the center comes out clean. Requires about 40 minutes. Serves 8. Carnation makes smooth sauces. End of section 15. Section 16 of My 100 Favorite Recipes. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Read by Betty B. My 100 Favorite Recipes by Mary Blake. Dessert sauces and cake icings. The following delicious sauces and icings will give even the simplest pudding and cake a most festive air. Butterscotch sauce. 2/3 cup light corn syrup, 1 cup light brown sugar, 3/4 cup carnation milk, chopped nuts if desired, 4 tablespoons butter. Cook sugar, syrup, and butter to form a thick syrup. The soft ball stage, 235 degrees Fahrenheit. Remove from the fire, beat in the carnation and nuts. Keep warm over water. May be served on pudding, cake, or ice cream. Fudge sauce. 1 tablespoon butter, 2 squares chocolate, 2 tablespoons corn syrup, 1/2 cup carnation milk, 1 teaspoon vanilla, 1/3 cup water, 2 cups sugar. Melt butter and shaved chocolate. Add sugar, syrup, and carnation diluted with the water. Cook until mixture forms a very soft ball in cold water. Add vanilla and beat slightly. Keep warm over water. May be served on pudding, cake, or ice cream. Caramel icing. 2 cups light brown sugar, 1/3 cup carnation milk, 1/3 cup water, 1 tablespoon butter, 1/2 teaspoon vanilla. Mix sugar and carnation diluted with the water. Cook until it forms a soft ball in cold water. Add the butter, cool, add vanilla, and beat until creamy. Spread on the cake. Fudge icing. 1 tablespoon butter, 2 squares chocolate, 2 cups sugar, 1/3 cup carnation milk, 1/3 cup water, 1/2 teaspoon vanilla, 1 tablespoon corn syrup. Melt butter and shaved chocolate. Add sugar, corn syrup, and carnation diluted with water. Cook until mixture forms a soft ball in cold water. Cool, add vanilla, and beat until creamy. Spread on the cake. Uncooked chocolate icing. 2 tablespoons chocolate, 2 tablespoons carnation milk, 1/2 teaspoon vanilla, 1 cup powdered sugar. Melt chocolate, add carnation, vanilla, and sugar, and mix thoroughly. Spread on the cake. Opera icing. 2 cups powdered sugar, 1/2 cup carnation milk, 2 tablespoons butter. Mix ingredients and heat slowly to dissolve sugar. Boil 2 minutes. When a little of the mixture is dropped into cold water, it should just hold together. Remove from fire, beat until creamy, and spread. End of section 16.
Section 17 of My 100 Favorite Recipes. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Read by Noelle. My 100 Favorite Recipes by Mary Blake. Candies. The candy maker who aspires to make smooth, creamy candy may be interested in trying the following suggestions. Use carnation milk because it is so rich and creamy. Carnation makes especially delicious candy because of its homogenization. In this process, the butterfat particles are finely divided and evenly distributed. For this reason, carnation blends thoroughly with the other ingredients and makes an unusually smooth and creamy candy. Use corn syrup or cream of tartar, as these help to keep the candy from becoming grainy. While the candy is cooking, stir just enough to prevent scorching. Too much stirring is liable to make the candy grainy. After the candy is cooked, let it stand until it is almost cold. Then beat vigorously until it is thick and creamy. Carnation Fudge. 2 tablespoons butter, 2 squares chocolate, 3 cups sugar, 2 tablespoons corn syrup, light, 1/2 cup carnation milk, 1/2 cup water, 1 teaspoon vanilla, chopped nuts if desired. Melt butter and shaved chocolate in a saucepan. Add sugar, corn syrup, and carnation diluted with the water. Cook until mixture forms a soft ball in cold water or reaches a temperature of 235 degrees Fahrenheit, stirring occasionally to prevent sticking. Remove from fire and let stand until cool. When cool, add vanilla and beat until creamy. Add chopped nuts and mold on a buttered plate. Fudge balls may be made by forming the candy into balls and rolling in chopped nuts, coconut, grated chocolate, or dipping in melted chocolate. Marshmallow fudge may be made by adding 1 cup of cut marshmallows instead of the nuts. Peanut butter fudge. 2 cups sugar, 2 tablespoons corn syrup, 1/3 cup carnation milk, 1/3 cup water, 2 tablespoons peanut butter, 1/2 teaspoon vanilla, 1/2 cup chopped peanuts if desired. Cook sugar, corn syrup, and carnation diluted with the water. When it reaches the soft ball stage, remove from fire and add peanut butter. When cool, add vanilla and beat until creamy. Mold on a buttered plate. Cream caramels. 2 cups sugar, 2 cups corn syrup, 1/2 cup butter, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 2 cups carnation milk, 1 teaspoon vanilla. Cook sugar, syrup, salt, and butter until the mixture reaches a clear, thick consistency. Stir in gradually the carnation milk. Cook until it forms a firm ball in cold water, 240 degrees Fahrenheit, stirring constantly to prevent sticking. Add vanilla and pour into buttered pans. When cold, remove from pan and lay on an oiled breadboard. With a long, sharp knife and using a saw-like motion, cut into inch cubes. Wrap each piece in waxed paper. Panucci. 2 cups brown sugar, 1 cup white sugar, 1/2 cup carnation milk, 1/2 cup water, 2 tablespoons corn syrup, light, 2 tablespoons butter, 1 teaspoon vanilla, 1/2 cup chopped nuts. Mix sugar, corn syrup, and carnation diluted with the water. Cook until it forms a soft ball in cold water or reaches a temperature of 235 degrees Fahrenheit, stirring occasionally to prevent sticking. Remove from fire, add butter, and let stand until cool. When cool, add vanilla and beat until creamy. Add chopped nuts and mold on a buttered plate. Opera caramels. 2 cups sugar, 1/3 cup water, 1/3 cup carnation milk, 2 tablespoons corn syrup, light, 2 tablespoons butter, 1 teaspoon vanilla. Use same method as for panucci. 1/2 cup candied cherries, cut in pieces, 1/2 cup chopped nuts, 1/2 cup chopped dates, or 1/2 cup chopped figs may be added just before the candy is molded. After the candy is cut into squares, it may be dipped in melted chocolate. Pralines. 2 cups powdered sugar, 1 cup maple syrup, 1/2 cup carnation milk, 1 cup chopped nuts. Boil sugar, syrup, and carnation until the mixture forms a soft ball in cold water. Remove from fire. When cool, beat until creamy. Add nuts and drop from the tip of a spoon in small pieces on a buttered plate. Or the mixture may be molded on a buttered plate and cut into squares. Coconut cream candy. 2 cups sugar, 1/4 teaspoon cream of tartar, 1 tablespoon butter, 1/3 cup of carnation milk, 1/3 cup water, 1/2 teaspoon vanilla, 1 cup shredded coconut. Mix sugar, cream of tartar, and carnation diluted with the water. Cook to the soft ball stage. Remove from fire and add butter. When cool, add vanilla and beat until creamy. Add coconut and drop from spoon into small balls on a buttered plate, or mold on a buttered plate and mark into squares. End of section 17. Read by Noelle.
Section 18 of My 100 Favorite Recipes. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Read by Betty B. My 100 Favorite Recipes by Mary Blake. Miscellaneous desserts. Strawberry shortcake. 2 cups bread flour, 4 teaspoons baking powder, 1 teaspoon salt, 5 tablespoons fat, 1 tablespoon sugar, 1/4 cup carnation milk, 1/2 cup cold water. Sift dry ingredients, rub in fat. Add carnation diluted with water and mix quickly. Toss on slightly floured board, pat to 1-inch thickness and put in layer cake tins. Cover top with thin layer of melted fat. Cover and let stand for 10 minutes. Bake about 12 minutes in hot 450° Fahrenheit oven. Put sweetened and slightly crushed berries between and on top of shortcake. Save a few large berries to put on top. Cheese Tort. 1 package of Zwieback, 6 ounces. 2 cups of sugar. 1 teaspoon cinnamon. 1 1/2 pound cottage cheese. 1/3 cup butter melted. 4 eggs. 1/2 cup chopped nuts. Few grains salt. 4 tablespoon flour. Juice and rind of 1/2 lemon. 1/2 teaspoon vanilla. 1 cup carnation milk. Roll Zwieback fine. Mix with 1 cup sugar, cinnamon, and melted butter. Line a buttered spring cake pan or other baking dish with this mixture, saving 2/3 cup for the top. Press the mixture on the bottom and sides of the baking dish. Beat eggs well and add 1 cup of sugar, salt, flavoring, carnation, cheese, and flour. Mix all together and press the mixture through a sieve. Beat well, add nuts and pour into the lined mold. Put crumbs on top and bake in a moderate oven, 325° Fahrenheit, for 1 hour. Turn off heat and let stand in oven 1 hour or until cool. Serves 10. Cup custard. 2 cups carnation milk, 2 cups water, 5 eggs, 1/2 cup sugar, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon vanilla. Scald carnation and water. Beat eggs slightly. Add sugar, salt, vanilla, and scalded milk. Pour into individual buttered custard cups. Set in a pan of hot water. Sprinkle with nutmeg and bake in a slow 225° Fahrenheit oven until a knife inserted in the center comes out clean. Requires about 40 minutes. Serves 8. End of section 18. Section 19 of My 100 Favorite Recipes. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Read by Betty B. My 100 Favorite Recipes by Mary Blake. Beverages. Coffee creamed with carnation has a rich color and delightful flavor. Carnation gives to cocoa that delicious creaminess and richness so much desired and adds to its food value. Cocoa. 3 tablespoons cocoa. For children, 2 tablespoons cocoa. 2 tablespoons sugar, 1/2 cup hot water, 1 1/2 cups carnation milk, 1 1/2 cups water, 1/4 teaspoon vanilla, few grains salt. Mix cocoa, sugar, and salt and add the hot water. Cook over a low fire about 10 minutes. Add the carnation which has been scalded with the water. Cook mixture in a double boiler for 10 minutes. Add the vanilla. Whisk with the Dover egg beater just before serving. Place a marshmallow in the cup and pour over it the hot cocoa. Chocolate. 2 cups carnation milk, 2 cups water, 1/3 cup sugar, few grains salt, 2 squares bitter chocolate, 1/2 cup water. Scald the carnation in water and add it to the sugar and salt. Shave chocolate fine, add the 1/2 cup of water and heat over a low fire until smooth. Combine chocolate mixture and scalded milk. Continue cooking in a double boiler for 10 minutes. Serves 5. Coffee. 1/2 cup coffee, ground medium. 1/2 egg, 1/2 cup cold water, 3 cups boiling water, 1/4 cup cold water. Mix the egg in 1/2 cup cold water and add to the coffee in the pot. Add boiling water, boil up once, stir with a spoon and boil up again. Add the 1/4 cup cold water to settle coffee. Serve immediately. Cream with undiluted carnation. Serves 5. Eggnog. 1 egg, few grains salt, 2 tablespoons fruit juice, 1 tablespoon sugar, 2/3 cup ice cold carnation milk, 2/3 cup ice cold water, few gratings of nutmeg. Add salt to egg white and beat until stiff. Beat yolk until thick and lemon colored. Add the fruit juice and sugar. Dilute carnation with the water and combine with yolk mixture. Pour into a tall glass, add nutmeg gratings and put egg white on top. Sprinkle top with chopped nuts and serve at once. Serves 2. Chocolate malted milk. 1 1/2 tablespoons malted milk. 1 1/2 teaspoons cocoa. 1 teaspoon sugar. Few grains salt. 1/2 cup water. 1/2 cup carnation milk. Few drops of vanilla. Mix the malted milk powder, cocoa, sugar, salt, and water, stirring well. Cook for 3 minutes. Add carnation and vanilla. Serve very hot or ice cold. Mix 1 glass of malted milk. End of section 19. End of My 100 Favorite Recipes by Mary Blake.